You might have seen those challenges where you build in The Sims, but you randomize something different for every single room in the house. And that's probably not the best way of describing it, but basically you might do every room's a different color and then randomize a different color theme for each room. I've done videos where each room's a different pack, each room's a different townie, a different occult type. But I think my favorite out of all of these challenges to do is every room's a different budget. I just think this one has the most potential for chaos because you might spin it and get given 10,000 simoleons to decorate a closet and then spin it again and get 500 simoleons to do the whole kitchen. So I've got Stanley Humphrey here to be our little guinea pig today. And I think I'm gonna build this in Strangerville because without a doubt, this house is gonna end up being kind of strange. And we're gonna use this random number generator with a minimum set at 100 simoleons and a maximum set at 10,000 simoleons. And each room will just spin it. Oh my god. Each room will spin it to see how much money we have. That one was just a test. First, we have to build a shell for this building, and I'm not gonna make us have a budget for that because then we'll cause ourselves some problems. Ooh, there's a heat wave. I can't handle heat waves in The Sims because the way that the camera gets all like wavy, it reminds me of my migraines. Because my vision starts to do that, I have to cheat the heat waves away. When you do these sorts of challenges, you do kind of have to get yourself set up a little bit first. Like, I'm gonna buy all the doors and the windows in advance because worst case scenario is we spin a super low budget and then we can't even afford to put a door into the room. That would be so bad that it's like not even fun anymore at that point. The goal here is that we can hopefully at least complete the challenge. I actually don't even really know what I'm going for with the shape of this exterior, so we're kind of just winging it real quick. I am starting with a wraparound porch because you really can never go wrong with one of those. Does Strangerville have dormers? Oh, see, it does have dormers, but they're always a little bit sad looking to me. Ooh. Okay, I'm putting this kind of cute little yellow accent with the columns and stuff. It's gonna be so sad when the outside is really pretty because the inside is gonna be a disaster once we get started. It is also a really weird shape on the inside, so we'll have to see how this goes. Okay, I'm doing giant Strangerville doors and windows. Hopefully I don't end up regretting the taller walls. I'm kind of curious to try, and this might not be a good idea, so bear with me, but I'm kind of curious to try the shutters from Horse Ranch. It's the only way to get shutters upstairs because you can't have them otherwise. Because of course, there's not actually any small shuttered windows from Strangerville. Obviously, windows with matching styles is simply too much to ask of The Sims 4. They can't provide that for us. What if we made the middle floor tall too? I have never built a house this tall before. And you know what? That is probably for good reason because it's looking a little bit strange. But hey, it's Strangerville. It's supposed to look strange. It's totally fine. I'm just gonna keep on telling myself that. Okay, I think that's what we'll do for the exterior shape. Let's figure out the floor plan of the inside. So your Sims are gonna walk in and they'll have like basically a little entryway space right in here. Normally, I probably would not want to have such a closed off floor plan, but because of the fact that we're gonna be like randomizing different budgets, I'm gonna make this one pretty closed off on purpose. I don't know how to put a bathroom downstairs. I'm really struggling with this. Maybe they don't get to have a bathroom downstairs. Okay, so what I'm picturing right now is that this little room will be the kitchen. This will be the dining room. And then this will be the living room. We can also have a really teeny tiny little bathroom right here in this like 3x1 space. And then somehow upstairs, we have to try extremely hard to get as many extra bedrooms as possible. Maybe I could extend the kitchen and this thing out. Okay, this is actually only 2 bedrooms upstairs, but we can do 2 bedrooms, a big bathroom, and then maybe this hallway could be like an office or something. Every single room is also going to get a light, but just 1 light, and now we get to start randomizing. So I'm gonna start off small in just this little hallway, and let's see how much money we are given to decorate it. See, that's good. 3,756. We can make do with that. Okay, I'm gonna pick some nice floors too. We could get like fancy flooring like this. We can use that nice stair rail. Oh, actually it clips, never mind. We'll use a nice stair rail, but not the same nice stair rail. And since we have a lot of money, I'm gonna try and put a few things like a thermostat, you know, stuff that we'll wanna have somewhere in the house, but maybe not be able to actually afford very easily elsewhere. I'm gonna pay for that now. I got a little doormat. I'm gonna use expensive wallpaper too, because we might as well. Are there any pretty yellow curtains that are tall enough to go on this window? Ooh. They're yellow and they're curtains. I don't know if I like that shade of yellow though. We could just do it in white, I guess. This table is quite a bright yellow. Oh my goodness, this mirror is like enormous to go on top of it, but it fits with the scale of the room, so maybe we should use it. I'm also not really gonna limit packs inside of this place. I don't really feel like it's necessary to be limiting packs. That's like a whole extra challenge that we probably shouldn't be giving ourselves. The budget part is bad enough. Okay, so there's like a little entryway table. Maybe we could get some umbrellas. I don't even know if it rains that much in Strangerville, but we will have them in case we need them. I'm tucking the thermostat right by the front door. I think maybe a pretty little yellow chair could be nice. Oh, this one's perfect. It has the yellow and the blue. I can put a lamp next to it. Maybe the burglar alarm goes there, and then we could get some artwork along this wall, like this really expensive stuff from the Bella Goth kit. Yep, that'll be good. And I still have 400 simoleons. Maybe I could get a nicer light too. Okay, fancy little ceiling entry light. But dare I say, I think that that might be enough for this room. I hope that doesn't become the most expensive room in the house. Let's do the dining room next. 9,806. Oh my God, that's plenty of money. We can carry through the nice floor too. Okay, I'm gonna give myself some extra lights as well. Wow, think about how many nice things we can put in this room. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Fancy dining table on top of this rug. We can get some really nice curtains again. I don't like these chairs, so I'm gonna get rid of those. I'll do some pretty light yellow chairs. We can put a pretty light on top of the table. Maybe like a pretty expensive plant because we can afford that. And then I was thinking that maybe we could put a bar back here. I think that this might come in really handy also, because that way we can pay to have an extra counter. I am a little bit concerned about being able to afford counters inside of the kitchen. I'm scared that our luck is gonna run out. So if we can have an extra counter right here, your Sims can cook on that at least. So as long as we can afford a fridge in the kitchen, we're golden. They've got a counter and they can have a fridge. We just got this gallery wall in the base game. I hate how they put it in the wall decor category and not in like the paintings category. I know it has a shelf, so that's probably why, but it makes it harder to find because you're gonna forget about that. This painting from Cats and Dogs is 3,500. I really should not be using that, but it's so cute. And we can technically afford it, so we might as well spend our money when we have it. That really is where this challenge starts getting cruel though, because our luck will soon run out. I'm gonna put this. This is like a music player. I think that will also be nice for us to have for gameplay, because then you can play music somewhere in the house. The Cozy Bistro kit has a couple of these little wine bottles. I'm gonna put those in here. I just got done talking up so much how like, oh, you'll be able to use this counter to cook, and then I put stuff on it so you actually can't use the counter to cook anymore. But that's okay, because stuff can be removed. We also don't want to leave it blank, so we're kind of like playing a balancing game there. Oh, I was hoping to use this clock, but it's too expensive. Probably have this one. I still have 543 simoleon. Maybe some lights on either side of this picture. Small little mirror right there could be nice. Let's change all the colors of the lights. And then maybe we should move on and do this little bathroom. It's only 3 by 1, so watch it be really, yeah, 3,515. I'm gonna use the most expensive toilet. We can get some really good stuff in here with all that money. I am just extremely aware that we might not be able to even have a toilet upstairs, so I wanna make sure we've got what we can in this room. I'm kind of trying to decide if I wanna put a shower, because I have done this in many tiny houses. Like this will function. I know that it will. They just need to be able to walk across this one, so there's plenty of space in here. I don't like the look of it that much. Like I'm not super into the idea of a wet room in this bathroom, but at the same time, I'm like kind of scared we're gonna be out of money and then not be able to have a shower upstairs. And look at this, like even with clutter, I still have more money than we can even use. So I think I'll keep it. I'm gonna do the kitchen now. Please give me, okay. 2,335. The lowest amount of money so far. 2,335. Okay. We may have to use the really terrible stove. I think we might have to use the worst stuff. We can have a little yellow cabinet set, which will be cute. Can I afford to put cabinets all the way across this wall? Ooh, so much money. Can I afford to put tile? So much money. Oh no. Why did I make the room bigger? If I had left it smaller, this would have been easier. Okay, this wallpaper is super cheap. So we can get that. That at least is promising. How's the kitchen clutter kit looking? Like, what are we working with in here? This sink clutter, 35 simoleons. These mugs, 35 simoleons. Dish rack is 55, which is kind of pricey, but that's okay. I could put a cereal box, that's pretty cheap. I wish I could have upper cabinets. The walls look so bland. I know that like from Eco Lifestyle, this thing's only 30 simoleons and it's big. So it's nice to have like big pieces of furniture where you can. This plant's only 45 and I got rid of a cabinet to do it. what I would do to be able to have some more cabinetry. It's 180 simoleons for a cabinet. I can put a cheaper sink, I guess. How much money does the sink from Cottage Living cost? I didn't think about that. It's 150, which is less than the cost of the cabinet. Okay, that is good. That saves us a lot of money. Imagine if I could put this here. Okay, I have 2 simoleons left. This also looks really silly. I wish that I could have like a range hood or something on top of it. I guess maybe if we change the tile out, we spent 152 simoleons on this tile. That tile is 8 simoleons each, so I could put something cheaper. Like this one's only 4 simoleons each, so that is significantly cheaper. Oh, I can afford an ugly range hood. How much is this? 45 simoleons for the shelf. What about just like some kind of wall decor? Like a wreath. A wreath could be cute. Or the wreath could go on this wall because it's empty, along with these lilies because we have nothing on that cabinet. Or, well, I don't really like them. Maybe these little flowers could be nice. Oh God. I think that's the best we can do. It's not great. Obviously I could use some more stuff, but I don't think we've got any more options with the budget we have. Let's do the living room next. Please let me afford a TV. See, they give me all this money for all the rooms that I don't need it as bad. 6,074. I think I could probably still use the expensive flooring and stuff. I'm gonna try to have a fireplace as well. This is really pricey. I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I just like the fireplace so much. 2,595 for that little TV. Maybe instead what we could do is like slightly rearrange the room. We could put a TV over there. Could have a sort of cute little yellow chair. I don't like this rug. Maybe we lighten it. Okay, weirdly, they kind of have to walk around the sofa this way to get into the room, which is kind of annoying. I don't think that's like a super huge problem. It's just it's a minor problem. I will get curtains again. Oh, that's a lot of money. Should we do a cheaper TV? I don't really like them though. This one's better. Even this lamp is too expensive. I think we need something like in between these chairs though. I mean, we could also put the chair elsewhere. The only reason I had the chair there is because I thought it was nice that the chair could face the TV, but the chair doesn't need to face the TV. Sure, it would be cute, but it's not like it's necessary. I have this little yellow tin on top of there. Okay, well, it's a functional living room. The downstairs actually turned out okay. Let's do the upstairs bathroom next. What do we got? Are you kidding me? I'm making a lower budget. I want to struggle. Okay, it's still at the very top end. 4,522. We got for this bathroom. I'm gonna put a big shower tub combo in here. I'm also gonna get, I don't really like that sink as a bathroom sink, but it's fine. I just want it to match with the gold. You can get a really big mirror in there. I'll use a reasonable price toilet in the bathroom. The windows are quite high up, which I'm not like super obsessed with. I guess we could do something like this. Oh, I love this big giant flower pot thing. That takes up loads of space. Okay, here's an idea. Let's put a toddler potty in this room. We are thinking logically about how there's a high possibility that we won't have enough money to pay for like a full-size kid's bed, but we might be able to afford a toddler bed, so I'll just prepare myself for that possibility. I'm putting a couple other little clutter things in here too, like soap on the sink and everything. I actually like this hamper better, so I'm gonna use that. Ooh, I can put this in the shower, maybe some towels on display. That's really nice. Okay, upstairs hallway. What's it gonna be? 2,722. That's so much money. I do have to pay for a stair railing, so we can get that. And then like we were talking about earlier, I really want to have a desk. And you know what? Actually, it maybe isn't as much money as it initially seemed to me. I kind of came into this thinking like, oh my God, we have way too much money. But now that I've started to put stuff in, I'm kind of thinking that maybe that's not true. Ooh, unorganized documents from Strangerville. We can put those in here. Okay, that's the upstairs hallway done. Not as furnished as I thought it was gonna be. Honestly, we got way less than I expected. Let's decorate the balcony. I'm kind of curious to see what we get for this. Ooh, 276. Yikes. I would like to have lights. I would also kind of like to have a floor. I'll paint the walls after. We won't worry about budget for wallpaper. There's not much that we can afford. We can afford a yoga mat. I think that might actually be a smart move because that's another skill building like gameplay item for us. And now I'm gonna do the kids' room. Okay, please be good. 2,050. Okay, 2,050 for a kid's room, I think we can manage. I'm gonna do carpet. Should I do bright yellow carpet? I don't know. I don't think so. Ooh, wait a minute. What if we did blue carpet to kind of match the trim on this? We could potentially have 2 toddler beds. I think I might like it even better if we didn't. Let's just put the one. The kid can have Blarfy. That'll be good. The dollhouses are quite expensive, so while I would love to use them, I'm not sure if we really can. I'm just gonna shove a little bookshelf back there in that open space. Some of this kid stuff is pretty cheap, like this little unicorn thing. Does this come in a light wood? Oh, it does. Okay. That's 300. If I remember correctly, I think that the smaller version of that kids room bookcase is like way more expensive. Yeah, look, $15.35 for the small one, $300 for the big one. Genuinely makes like no sense. I'm gonna close this off. I don't really like that little nook, so I just don't want to use it. I'll put my toys over there. I can put Blarfy over here. It'd be good to have some of the little toddler blocks. Maybe a bit more clutter on the dresser. Sometimes when I'm decorating little kids' rooms like this, I'll put a few toys just on the rug because it looks like somebody was actually playing with them. All right, deep breath. Last room. Oh, $13.09 for the primary bedroom. Okay, we can do it. We can do it. It's gonna be fine. Carpet is cheap, so we'll have to use that. We can also get some cheap wallpaper too. I'm gonna make it yellow, and we can do just like a standard beige looking carpet like you might find in real life. Horse Ranch has some really cheap beds. I hate the floor. I literally hate the floor so much. Oh, this floor is the same price. Oh. Well, I can use that then. I pictured this fancy flooring as being like really expensive, but I guess I was wrong. Oh boy. Okay, here's what we could do. We can make a fake rug using just a little bit of flooring and put it like underneath the bed. There are cheap lamps, but I don't really like them that much. I think what I might do instead is have like a couple different things on each nightstand, maybe a plant on one and then a cheap bookshelf on the other. I don't know if I can afford a full length like standing mirror. This one's only 70. My favorite little mini plant is only 55, so we could probably use that too. And then you know what, maybe this is like baby stuff, but we can pretend that it's like, I don't know, lotion or makeup wipes or something. We can put that in the adults room. There's not a lot of artwork that we can afford that will go on top of this. Maybe they could have a poster. That feels kind of fancy. No, never mind. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't like that. These are Strangerville posters. Do any of you work? They have some really cute library posters in Strangerville. I feel like you wouldn't expect that out of Strangerville, so I always kind of forget that they're even there. They also have some like weird soda ones. This one's from high school years. Oh, that looks like fancy fish art. Okay, they can have fancy fish art. I don't know if there's literally anything else that we can afford. Wall decals, but in terms of clutter and like decorations, I think we're probably out. We can't even have curtains or anything. Let me put like one more thing on this little shelf. This is like a box of towels. We can have that, and then we're out. Okay, so that's the whole house furnished. It actually didn't go as bad as I thought it would. We have a couple things left to do, like spinning for the back porch. 846. At least they're giving us the smallest amount of money for like the least important places. Having $800 to do the porch is not ideal, but it's fine. If we had $800 to do the kitchen, that would have been a problem. So it's better than nothing. We can get a little doormat because that's pretty cheap. I really like to put chess tables on my porches in this game, but I don't think we can afford that. Yeah, because the cheapest chess table is $450 and you physically cannot get chairs, at least not 2 chairs for that much money, unless you use these chairs, which is probably not what we want. How much is this? 165? That feels a little bit absurd to me. I think that's too expensive. I'm gonna still put 2 of them though. I don't remember how much a rocking chair costs either. 145. Okay, well that's fine. We can still have that. We could get a little rocking chair. I don't think I can fit a table next to it. The cheapest one's only 120. Can I get a table next to it now? Yeah. I can't put anything on the table, but I can have a table. Let's see how much money we have to paint the outside. I don't think we can even do that. 647? Can you even afford wallpaper with that much money? I'm being serious. Well, the answer is yes, but I'm not like super happy about it. I'm gonna put some brick on the chimney because that adds some much needed color. And we already were using things like these flower boxes without like money cheats or anything, so I guess I can just add those back in too. I put those down before the whole thing even started, so we can keep them. I am gonna spin one last time for the backyard. This is for like any furniture in the backyard, any landscaping, you know. 3,479 is the final number, the final spin. I think that we can do that, especially because we can use Strangerville debug landscaping. Go live, edit, object. Okay, I'm gonna start with some of these pretty little flowers. I like these because they match the ones in the environment, like around out here, and I don't have to pay for them. How close can I get that? Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna take the foundation away for a second. Remember that we had 3,479. I gotta be honest, I don't like it very much. I'm not super thrilled with the landscaping situation, but I guess it just is what it is. All right, put the foundation back. Our money is back to normal, how it should be. And then in this backyard, I was thinking about maybe paying to get like, and this is a real stretch, but what if we bought the observatory? Because it's Strangerville. I'm gonna put a little gravel walkway up to the front porch. And then in the back, sometimes I like to do this where I'll basically just take like, don't like that, but basically I'll try and make a little like secret-y, weird shaped thing to be a patio. Sometimes you gotta do it a few times before you get it right. It almost looks like a heart, which isn't really what I was trying to do. I wanted something like that, because then we can put the observatory on this bigger part and then maybe like a little table. We also don't have an outdoor trash can anywhere, so we probably could get one of those. Okay, I'm gonna pay money for trees. I know. Wild decision, but I just wanna have a couple more of them. And these kind of blend in with the trees that they have around there. Move the trash can over here. Oh, we can also afford a couple of these planter boxes from Werewolf, so maybe I'll put those. And now I'm just gonna go through and put some terrain paint, because thankfully that is free. And I think the house is done. This was a process. There were some moments where I was not so happy. We started off really strong and then it kind of fell off towards the end, but I think it still looks good. It doesn't look great, but I think it still looks good. In total, the lot cost 55,041 simoleons. It is 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. I'm gonna upload it to the gallery in case you wanted to like download it and try and renovate it or something. It does have a lot of packs. It has probably way too many packs. Oh, I thought it was gonna crash for a second, but we're fine. Yeah, look at that. 3 pages of packs on the gallery. Yikes. And with that, I think I'm gonna wrap this video up right here. Today on my Twitch channel, we're still fundraising for St. Jude, and I'm also playing my brand new Legacy Challenge. We literally just started it, so you haven't missed too much. I'm gonna link my stream and our fundraiser down below. As of recording this video, we are getting really close to $200,000 raised for St. Jude, and it's only been a couple of days. I think by the time I post this, we might actually be past $200,000 raised. So thank you so much for all of your support with this, and I'm gonna catch you all later. Okay, bye everybody. I love the yellow shutters. I wish that we had a few more variants of those Strangerville windows, because that's like my favorite shade of yellow and they're so pretty. But because we only have one window with them, it's kind of hard to use. I just want like one slightly smaller version. That's it.